hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to ESL Pro League. We're slotted in for another exciting season as we dive into another match day live from the Intel Esports Arena. It's a wonderful place, and I'm not alone on this mission as I'm joined by Snods.
How you doing, Jack? You doing well?
I'm pretty good, man. Obviously, we've had quite a few days of gaming already behind us. Obviously, keeping up with the constant CS, but now slotted in for some Pro League. Always a fan favourite.
Yeah, I am Sydney qualifiers here, and just a few days ago, and already locked in back into the Matrix, back in the action here at Leicester.
Yeah, it's always lovely to experience some wonderful, wonderful CS, which is exactly what's going to be going down today, as we have a wealth of beautiful games here, best of twos. But let's have a look at the current standings, see how things have been shaping up throughout the tournament so far as the league starts to get into its middle portions. So we'll have a look at those standings, work it out from there, Snods, as things have actually been pretty competitive this season.
They have been. They have been. There we go. Now, talking about the standings, obviously, you know, one of the shockers here, Jack, is obviously last season, Season 6, we were constantly talking about Na'Vi having to get in the 6th gear to avoid the auto-relegation spot, and instead, here they are at the top, 14 matches played at 32 points. Just below them as well, Space Soldiers, Astralis, NIP, mousesports, FaZe Clan, you know, situated in that top 6, obviously locking themselves in towards the grand finals. And then obviously following that one at the end of the table there, Envious 4 after 8 matches being played. So they've still got, you know, a fair few more games to play and try their best to really catch up the remaining teams there. Obviously a Go struggling, LDOC struggling, but still obviously 8 games being played, so there's still hope there for Envious.
And this is actually the first time for Envious as well, Snods. We've seen them drop quite low down in terms of the HLTV rankings, really starting to fall behind in terms of the competition.
Yeah, I mean, what? Now the first time they're out of the top 30, but I wouldn't be getting too worried. The reason being is you can see the difference in games being played. Obviously, they still have 4 more matches to make up 2 more points to catch up with the Go. So for me, the real players really feeling the pressure, feeling the heat is a Go Esports.
That is true. But it's actually good to see in terms of things, Nods. A Go and Space Soldiers, 2 of the teams that have been causing a little bit of upsets. They start to get some hype behind them. Coming into this season of Pro League, Space Soldiers, they have been the ones that have had eyes on them consistently. Obviously, in terms of things, it seemed to be they do well online. When it got to land a bit of a struggle, that's kind of transitioned off now. They're playing pretty well across the board. Yeah,
that's very true. Obviously, for Space Soldiers, after the major qualification, we knew that there was some real potential there, and then they managed to, you know, transition. Before, it was always online. They're so good, they can't, you know, have that same sort of performance online versus on LAN. Now they do, and obviously now probably they can really, you know, show off their caliber.
Yeah, that's true. And talking about the caliber of games we have on our hand today, let's get into the schedule and delve a little bit deeper into what exactly is going to be going down over on the secondary stream here, Snods.
Yeah, obviously first match of the day is going to be mousesports versus HellRaisers on, that says 0, but it's actually going to be a Mirage for that first matchup. Following that one, a Go versus Astralis.
I guess you could say it's a Mirage, mate.
There you go, nice, nice, nice. Overpass Nuke is going to be the final destination for both these teams, Heroic and obviously LDOC. And surprisingly, Jack, actually LDOC, you know, 12 games played, 11 points. So we thought initially they were the ones that were going to be hammered by the auto-relegation spot. They're still fighting.
It's true, and actually one of the big
Doing
things
better
about...
than Envious.
Yeah, that is very true, actually. Looking a whole lot better. And in terms of things, Snods, for LDOC, the major change is obviously there's no more existence. Big Kev, he's gone. Yeah, that is true. You know, the argument there, obviously, firepower over the leadership, the in-game leading capabilities of a player like Existence. Obviously, he had the 2-year stint in LDOC. The experiment didn't really work out. We saw them constantly struggle, but they kept on to their, you know, Pro League spot. And that was the thing. You know, they always had the Pro League spots. So the organization was always still there, backing them. You know, even if they were failing to qualify for the bigger lands out there. But, you know, they made the change finally. Someone had to go. Something had to change. And now, you know, they're still in Pro League so far, but they may fall to that, you know, relegation spot, not in terms of auto relegation like potentially a Go or Envious, but, you know, play for that best of 3 to try and save and keep their spot. Yeah, and have to try and fight essentially for their league lives coming into the next season of Pro League if they can't try and get their act together or really get a big staple or an asterisk to decide where they're going to be going from there. But obviously, let's talk about the first game of the day we do have over on this stream. HellRaisers versus mousesports. 2 sides that actually have quite conflicting playstyles when we get into it, and I feel like this could be a bit of a long one.
Yeah, you know, the funny joke is, you know, people say that mousesports is a budget phase, but you could also argue, you know, HellRaisers is a budget mousesports essentially. You know, both these teams being international lineups, obviously. Woksik, Issa, not from Ukraine.
Yeah.
And what that means is you have these international squads that basically come together. They're coherented by the language of English. So the question obviously was, you know, how is the language barrier going to be affecting these teams? Obviously, English not being their native language, especially, you know, coming from countries such as Turkey, such as Ukraine as well. It's not as if it's taught as widely in schools. You know, you have these French players or these players from Germany, for example, or Denmark, Sweden, the Scandinavian countries where, you know, English is just so fluent for themselves, and it's always brought around them in terms of TV, you know, reading as well. They're always brought, and, you know, nurtured in that sort of environment around the English language, but coming from some of these other countries, you know, it's interesting to see, you know, if there was a struggle learning English and trying to use that as their first language. But so far, you know, with FaZe, mousesports, HellRaisers all doing very, very well so far, especially in Pro League as well. It seems like that answer has been questioned already.
Yeah, I feel like there's definitely proof that it can work out. Obviously, this year proving to be more and more sort of the time of international teams building up, especially with the roster move for Stewie coming into the SK lineup.
Oh, yeah, obviously, yeah. That's going to be interesting. You know, that's one of those ones where if it wasn't for Rank S, wasn't for NAFPL as well, you know, could a move like that really happen? You know, now that these Brazilian players are playing a lot of English Counter-Strike, where they learn the English callouts, makes that transition a lot more smooth.
Yeah, it does. It sets them up to actually find success a little bit easier. But that is one of the main factors. Both of these sides being quite international lineups. There's a deviation there from their original playstyle, especially for mousesports. The way that team slowly changed over the landscape from being an all-German squad to all of a sudden, so sort of the reshuffle there. Chris J coming through. Chris J now being an absolute staple that's been with them for so long, and the position that we got into now where it's really shuffled up. Oscar just was an absolute machine when he joined the team. They started to add things around that. We saw little staples of players slotting in and then being slotted out for someone else. But now it sort of feels like they found consistency. They found a little bit of a lull where the team actually works well.
I mean, especially now, right? The new HLTV rankings being released yesterday. They're now currently situated number 2, just below FaZe. And with all these roster changes happening, you know, SK and Stewie, Cloud9 bringing in FNS, you know, FaZe themselves bringing in Exist as well to replace Olofmeister for the time being with his personal issues. mousesports could be having a very, very successful few months ahead of them.
That's true. They could be set to have an absolute field day, Snots, and this is going to be one of those starts for them as well. Obviously, a little bit of a lesser opponent in terms of things with HellRaisers. They've been proving they can go toe-to-toe with really the top tier right now. They've been beating down people and taking results. Obviously, at LAN recently, the win against Virtus Pro, that was quite a nice result for them.
Well, actually, at that exact same LAN, the V4 Gaming Fest, obviously, they won the whole tournament 2-1 versus Virtus Pro, but they actually, to get there, in the bracket play, they beat HellRaisers on the exact same 2 maps, both Cobblestone, both Mirage, 16-13 on Mirage, 16-14 as well on Cobblestone. So this match has already happened only, you know, 1.5, 2 weeks ago on LAN. Let's see, you know, online potentially can change. Obviously, the team that loses that one has more of a motivation to go back, adjust things, work out why they lost, so maybe they can change a few things, you know, just for what mousesports is really exploiting versus them.
That's true. Obviously, you've got a lot of wealth of experience in terms of the demos you have there to rewatch that and go, okay, what can we alter? What was our weakness? Why were they able to take control in terms of the things of how they played it? Those demos are going to be so critical to look over. And you imagine HellRaisers are going to be one of the teams that will go, right, back to the drawing board, let's look into this, delve in a bit deeper, and find those cracks, crevices, try and paste over them a little bit. Yeah,
that's true, actually. That's an interesting point to bring up, potentially. Obviously, the different approaches to these two teams. HellRaisers has more of a tactical approach, having Angel at the helm. Obviously, far more disciplined in terms of how their T sides are probably going to be structured, you know, listening to Angel's every breath, well, potentially. Also having Bondic in there as well to be that, you know, assertive voice in the mid-rounds, potentially. But for HellRaisers, sorry, for mousesports, a bit more loose, I feel like. Obviously, Chris J, not a dedicated caller before the loss of God B and whatnot, came into this scenario playing that looser style, and so far it's definitely been working, but you got to remember as well, right? Playing the looser style, you need firepower to back it up. Sunny on this roster has been phenomenal so far. One of the reasons they're on this meteoric rise.
Yeah, that is true, but it seems like things are almost ready now to get underway with HellRaisers versus mousesports. So we're going to dive in. First map will be Mirage, but is it going to go the way of mousesports or HellRaisers? HellRaisers starting off on the CT side, trying to defend things from the troublesome terrorists of mousesports.
Ooh, what are going to be the rush towards B, it seems, from mousesports. Going to be Deadfox here, going for the jump spot. Has a smoke as well to slow them down.
Oh, push comes straight out. Deadfox, he gets contact, Snods, but will he find the first frag as the HellRaisers players need to defend quickly? Sonny gets the first frag from his Glock. Pistol whips down Deadfox. Woxic as well comes through as they trade right now. Still left into a bit of an awkward position, though. Issa trying to bound around the angle to spot him out with the USP. Needs to snipe him down. Falls to Oscar. Oscar with a double kill. Angel as well, just being peppered as he will fall short. That's the first round going the way of mousesports as they pick it up.
Yeah, great round there from mousesports, exploiting the fact that Bondic playing solo towards the B site. You know, Bondic played it well. He has the smoke, has a defuse kit. He's playing passive. He spots them towards B apartments, puts the smokes down, stays alive. He buys time for the rotations to come in towards kitchen. Problem is, though, by the time the cavalry does arrive, Jack, mousesports already into such fundamental after plant positions. 2 players towards bench, players towards short as well. The bomb planted for short, players in B apartments as well. That retake is so difficult towards that B bomb site, especially versus the Glocks up close and personal. Now the mid take coming out from mousesports themselves, getting very aggressive already here. You can really see the raw firepower, also the confidence they have now as obviously the number 2 rated team in the world.
Yeah, nice use of utility thus far as well. You got the early Molotov that didn't allow Woxic to go for the face with the Deagle, and he can be absolutely deadly if you give him those little opportunities. HE usage was also on point. It's tagged down to very low. Rop's just going to be holding his angle, gets contact from Bondic that went in to try and go for a bit of a cheeky play. If Sunny finds his kill on Issa, this round's basically as good as done. And mousesports actually keeping it clean. No casualties, Snods. Angel's the only one left standing.
Yeah, 1 versus 5 here for Angel. Obviously has the Deagle, no Kevlar to back it up. One of the nice things as well for HellRaisers is typically they don't go for the full investments in their CT second round force buys. They buy, you know, CZs, Deagles, maybe some light utility as well, but they never really fully invest into the Kevlar. It's one of the things that's quite nice to see because going into the buy round, obviously Woxic above 1,100, so is Angel. So even if they wanted to, HellRaisers could bring out a double op setup here early on versus mousesports, but most likely going to be seeing the single op setup. Angel mostly saving for more utility into the buy round. The Molotov, the smoke flash, especially when defending the B-bomb site, could be crucial. As we've already seen, mousesports like to opt for those rushes.
Yeah, that is true. Mousesports, you imagine that high tempo is going to be a key play the entire way through. For HellRaisers, still restricted. Obviously, that economy isn't going to be back into a good position until the next round. That's when they need to really come in hard and fast, try and stop mousesports from finding their feet on the ground and running away with things. It seems like it will be quite an aggressive B play potentially coming out here. Only one player going to spot over at mid. That'll be Rops trying to deal the damage with his Galil. Heavy damage transferred out as well, once again from the nades coming in the early game. B site has been taken, and Rops is finding these kills. Only one before he's traded back, but already B has been claimed, and the bomb will go down.
Ooh, from behind, Woxic allowed Chris J to walk past, but still going to be losing that duel. No Kevlar there means the first shot from the CZ going to be triggering the aim punch and triggering his demise as well. 2-0 here, but the bomb going to expire. Bondic managing to salvage the Galil means he can also, you know, avoid buying the M4. The Galil versus the M4, obviously the spray not being quite as effective. The damage as well not being as strong. Ooh. But obviously 2 shots for a headshot for a frag, plus extra bullets as well. You know, save yourself $3,100. It could have been fairly effective, but Sunny going to be saving that one, switching it out for the submachine gun. 3-0 now then in favor of mousesports as we enter the first buy round. Angel, you can see here, full set of utility here for the IGL and Captain M4 as well to back it up. The fuse can invested into by Dead Fox. Obviously, Dead Fox being the support player, doesn't go for the full-fledged firepower on the M4. Instead, going to be keeping it more minimalized and investing into the utility instead. Minute 40 already. mousesports grouped up for the execution, or only 2 players actually, which might mean we see a late mid take. Obviously, the players towards ramp, smoke over, force out the utility. The players towards mid can wide face, try to get up towards connector, and swarm this A side possible to catch HellRaisers off guard.
Here's the difference, though, from HellRaisers this time around. Actually forcing the issue a little bit as we see the early force coming in from Dead Fox. He pushes in towards apartments, sees if anyone is going to be there, looking for that read, gets the smoke down as well, but Sunny's just holding the contact peak. Just going to sit, lie and wait towards underpass. If he overextends, it's a free frag, puts you in the driving seat straight away.
Flash out towards the A side. Chris J leading the charge as the backup as well of Rops. Flash towards under the balcony. Going to be telegraphing exactly where Bondic is. The spam comes through, slightly connects, but it's all really a ruse here as the real game plan from mousesports will be crushed. Dead Fox from short denies the split towards A. And now we have 1 player there towards underpass, going to be Sunny, but apart from that, the remaining 2 players, Chris J and Rops, located towards Sandwich.
They need to go huge on the site here as well. Sunny finds a kill. Actually stops some Rops there as he turns around. He only spots out 1 man in Issa. Rops with another kill though. Cut straight through Angel. It's all down to Woxic in a 1v2. He can win these rounds, especially if you're in a situation and not peek him. The 3-2-1 face as well, just on their own. Sunny barely spots out his head, realizes what's going on, goes for the reface, but it's a bad miss as he struggles a little bit. 20 seconds on the clock here. He now assumes this is going to be a full rotate round towards the B site from Sunny. Throws out the flash to fake it. Is he going to go for the big brain play though? He will, Snods. Through window, back round, but Woxic, he knew about it. He suspected it. And it's an easy kill with the AWP. So the first round there in the buy goes the way of HellRaisers.
7 seconds left on the clock there for Sunny to make that play. Hoping he could come in from behind and catch Woxic. Scoped in towards B short from Kitchen. Well, here's the steps there towards short. Swings it back around and finds the final frag onto Sunny. And the first buy round goes in favor of HellRaisers. 3-1 now as we head into round number 5. It is going to be, once again, the 4-buy from both sides. Obviously, mousesports having very clean anti-ecos. Their money is still going to be fairly effective. However, they lose this one, and we could be seeing a force buy or a weak, sort of eco quasi-buy coming out from mousesports. Chris J walking out here towards Palace. Very confident so far taking these individual duels one-on-one.
Yeah, you can see him actually playing with confidence there as well. Look, Resplendent just goes for the straight face out, making noise as his feet will pitter-patter above the head of Issa. So he gets the read from it. He rotates off. Going to link up the rest of his teammates over by ramp. tons of utility. They've got the smokes, and that is the key point for a site take.
Yeah, going to be leaving Stico alone towards middle. 4 players stationed towards A ramp. Smokes do rain in as they wait patiently. Oh no, they're actually going to trigger off this one. No Molotovs coming out just yet from the CT side.
Yes, sir. Can he go famous with a Famous here as he peeks out? No, down by Chris J. But Chris is gone, actually. Set ablaze from Oscar. A little bit awkward, unfortunately, as he will go after the Burns ward. Brings him into a 4v4. The bomb has just gone down. They're going to rotate back from this, try and defend from these post-plant positions. Now, HellRaisers starved for utilities nuts. Only 2 smokes. Dead Fox takes a dink as well. Rops just slay him with the AK from the elevated position. Woxic will trade it back. He's still got to push in. He's got to try and run the risk here. An allocation of Styko coming up from the rear. Dead Fox. He'll be the one to really get the first contact on it, but he's taken down by Sunny. Sunny just on the extension as well. Just slapping him in bits with the AK-47 right now. Snod's Angel's the only one left standing. It's an awful location to try and win that one out from, obviously in a 1v3. Trapped between a rock and a hard place and a really, really hard place, and he dies.
Speaking of hard places, HellRaisers are in one right now. 1,400 round loss bonus as they have been reset. They win the first buy round, only Woxic alive, so it's not as if they had, 4 or 5 players alive. They could start to build up some cash. Instead, it will be the Corsi buy coming out. This might actually be a double eco jack. They're 1-4 down. You can see Angel buys a Deagle, but this round's going to go in favor of mousesports most likely, especially with how easy their anti-ecos were earlier. 5-1, and then following the next round, sort of the eco for a second time. This is HellRaisers, then they're going to be down another round. It could be 6-1 in favor of mousesports. 6th round already on their T side of Mirage. And things are just getting started here. mousesports know they reset the money. Sunny just going to be running rampant with the MAC-10. Finds the first frag already onto Issa towards underpass. And now we have the 5 versus 4 mid-control now for mousesports.
It's a good spot to be in. Obviously, you have the range advantage as well. HellRaisers only armed with the pistols. 3 USPs, 1 Deagle on Angel. Yes, you won't really get too much of an opportunity to use it unless the push comes round from Styko here. This is where the play could come in quite effective. A minute left on the clock. HellRaisers still armed to the teeth there. In terms of utility, Angel, if it goes for the overextension, it could be awkward. If it just holds the angle, it could be 150 caliber bullet of pain going into the cranium of Styko as he just holds. Playing it smart. No real reason to go for the aggression just yet. Flashbang over. Angel just still holding on the angle. Snod's hearing all the footsteps as he knows this will be telegraphed in a play towards the A site, but it's going to be so hard for him on the retake. Peeks out. Plans a little tag there on towards Chris J. Nearly takes him down, eventually finishes him off. A bit of a blunder, but makes it work. That's a free AK now for Bondig. We know how deadly he can be, but it's worth the save on that weapon. Just fall back. Sunny as well. Ooh, looks like he's potentially going to be eyeing this one up with the trigger discipline as he finds 2 frags in quick succession. Could be a third.
Yeah, Bondig, last alive. He has the AK, has the drop as well onto Rops. Playing the headshot angle, so even though he is lacking the Kevlar, Rops had to connect the headshot, and of course he will. 5-1, and this was the eco coming out from HellRaisers. Only 1 player actually reaching their demise. That was Chris J. So once again, another round here for mousesports where they've had 4 players alive versus the eco. They can start to farm up the cash. And we're already seeing, nearly $8,000 there for Sunny. 6,000, nearly 7,000 for Rops as well. So HellRaisers going to be conceding potentially another round as they have gone for the eco. 2 ecos in a row, so it is really set up to be a 6-1 for mousesports. And again, the same storyline. SMGs being called and bought out for mousesports on their T side. And once again, Sunny, Chris J, going to be delivering the pain. 6-1 potentially for mousesports, and HellRaisers need to start getting rounds quickly because they cannot afford another reset. They cannot afford to really go down 8-1, 9-1 down on their CT side here in Mirage because mousesports, in recent fashion they're in right now, not only is the confidence gleaming, but also on their CT side, you do not want to give Oscar that op to just run around the whole site, or the map itself rampant, towards middle, towards Palace, towards B site. So good at exploiting the T side's weaknesses.
It is true, Stunts. There's also the fact as well that actually if mousesports get through this round, with these 5 players staying alive, you could actually carry those 2 SMGs on the next round. We know they like to play that risky style. Go for the bonus rounds. They would have so much money to work with. Even if they get reset by HellRaisers, instantly you can then buy back into it. You can leave HellRaisers broken in terms of economy. Woxic, no real chance either to use that power play position, so bomb's going to go down. This should be a 6th round and an absolute freebie, really, for mousesports here.
Yeah, especially when you look at the weaponry Angel has right now. No kit, just going to be the CZ, but interesting to see as well what mousesports opt for in the next buy round. Do they carry forward these SMGs, as you said? Do they want to keep the MAC-10 and MP7 onto Chris J? And if they do they go up for a similar pistol round we saw earlier on, where they rush towards the B side, they go fast towards mid, up towards connector. They have the close range duels versus the M4s with their SMGs. And also, our HellRaisers is going to be investing into head armor. Oh, as predicted, 6-1 now in favor of mousesports. HellRaisers trailing 5 rounds behind here as we reach the 8th round. Orb instantly invested into by Woxic. So far, no defuse gear. You imagine Dead Fox going to be investing into that, but still, no. Wow, no defuse gear here for the CT side, Jack. So, mousesports having the MAC-10 as well into commission here for Sunny. If it is a fast round and the bomb is planted, HellRaisers is going to need to pull something out of the hat here if they want to try and see if they can actually bring this one back.
If they play with a fast tempo, this could be lethal, but it's actually going to be the mid push coming out. Stunted though. HellRaisers slowed down massively. Sunny's going to get plucked out of the sky by Woxic with the AWP. There's a trade from Oscar. Domes Angels, he finds that first headshot. Nice use of the HE though. Styko and Oscar both tagged down a little bit. Oh, Chris J just allowed to walk into the sights nods up close and personal, finds the headshot. As he leaves Bondic dead on the floor. And all of a sudden this round gets a bit awkward. Still, Chris J as well on the rifle, just running rampant up close and personal there. Picking him to pieces with the AK, and that's basically the save call force now. Oh, they're still walking into the site. They assume it's A. Woxic, he's over there, but meanwhile over at the barn at B, Woxic finds the first frag, gets the initial kill. Couldn't do too much more, and it all comes down to Dead Fox. They now know as well that B has a man defending it. Rotate off, go to A, get the free bomb plant, and play it safe.
Yeah. No reason to run the risk. Yes, just 6-1 up here, but Dead Fox is armed. Armed to the grave, it seems. 7-1 here, another round for mousesports. Great reaction play as well for Chris J, obviously. Being the lurk player, or one of the 2 lurk players here, obviously, you have one player towards B apartments, one player towards Palace or ramp. As soon as your mid players call this 3 middle, or there's 1 player window, 2 pushing middle, your job as that lurk towards the other portion of the map is to take that 1 versus 1. Walk out Palace, try get that frag, because if you kill that player, the CT side anchor towards A, for example, the site's yours. You smoke off connector, you smoke off jungle, you take CT, you plant behind triple boxes, you plant for CT. And at that point, the round is pretty much as good as done. And you could argue this game's starting to get to that point as well. Is it too far to gone here for mousesports? If they do get to the 8th round here and they go 8-1 up, they've already won the half here. Only 9 rounds in.
The amount of damage done just from HEs alone to this round is phenomenal as well. They do lose 2 players, so it's a 3v3, but the firepower advantage is heavily stacked in the favor of mousesports. And now it's brought down to more of a manageable position as well. Everyone crumbles away in fast succession towards the end there. Sunny nearly burnt down to a crisp, but actually does stay alive until the next round. So mousesports, 8 picked up as they keep on moving through. And look at the economy snods. It's just bounding out of control. 15k on Styko, Sunny with 10k, Christian 7k, 10k for Robs. Oscar the only one with 3k, but they can buy for him if they need to. They're pretty healthy.
Yeah, I mean, the reason he's on $3,000, obviously, investing into the AWP, full utility and a Desert Eagle as well, you're looking at $7,000 worth of investment. Already, fast play towards mid. Angel going for the aggression once again, but it's going to be Woxic to chime in with the AWP to find the first frag, so finally advantage here in favor of HellRaisers.
These trades once again with the AWPs towards mid, just picking each other to pieces with the snipers. Headshot found there from Styko and Issa as he domes him. Rob's in the contact face, just playing up close and personal by Ramp, but is he going to try and go for this? Tiptoes out. Needs to be a bit of a silent assassin. Will he be given the opportunity here to actually slay? Backed up by Styko now in the rotate round. There is 2 players on the CT side that have now arrived. Bondic just going to be holding in Palace. Woxic goes from the face down with the AWP. Won't spot anyone. But he can be so pivotal. They need to find that headshot on Woxic immediately, as he'll be a stopping block in the road for him. They now won't be suspecting the face from Bondic. He'll be coming back round Styko. It's a huge round for him to attempt to win. Does get that headshot somehow. He's still got 52 seconds as well, but he's dubious. He thinks the HellRaisers could be going for the rear push. As he actually goes straight back into the site. Slowly slipping his way round. Bondic, if he extends out, it could be good, but for Styko right now, he's been given a chance as he will get on the bomb site, Snods. 34 seconds, he can get that free plant down. He's got a smoke and 2 flashes as well. But will he be able to find success in this round?
Great awareness there from Styko. Bomb planted. Paranoid about Bondic towards Palace though. As Dead Fox makes his way in through connector as well. Styko now on the balcony. The issue is though, Jack, after he finds the first frag, it's very easy to be traded out here. How does HellRaisers play this?
Well, let's see, Snods, as Styko just waiting. Push comes through. spam there, but he missed it. If he would have been able to connect that shot, that first frag could have been his. Maybe there's potential at that point. Obviously, not much time left. It's going to be a very close defuse as it is, actually, as they jump on it. Dead Fox should get it just in the nick of time, but very close for comfort. All it would have changed was possibly the one frag, and it could have been his round.
Yeah, but obviously, 2-8 now. 6-run advantage, nevertheless, for mousesports, even though they conceded the last round. It's going to be the instant investments once again into the 4 AK buy, plus the up onto Oscar. And they still have 6,000 there for Stiko, 6,000 for Sunny, so they have enough cash to keep this one chugging along for a fair few more rounds. Oh, Oscar there with the lightning fast shot onto Woxic. And this time, the advantage falls in favor of mousesports on the T side. You know, before we had HellRaisers going for the mid push, Woxic found the first frag. They went 2 for 2, they had the 3 versus 3. And they had Bondic making the great plays. But now they're in the man deficit. mousesports, they can group up together if they needed to, or they can continuously go for these 1 versus 1s. As Robs finds this as well towards Connector, boost towards Shaw, catches 1, 4 versus 3.
Yeah, it's a good position to be in now for HellRaisers potentially if they can make it work. They get the next frag, it can easily fall back into their hands. That bomb has been left for mousesports, but Oscar picks off Angel there with a sniping play as he bounds through. Dead Fox as well, gonna just go for the confidence face, throws off his acrobatic skills, but he just gets annihilated really from the AK of Sunny. At this point, Snods, a 4 versus 1. Bondic over at A site. The bomb's going to be. This is going to be another mousesports round. And you're looking at a 2-9 scoreline. Cash isn't fantastic either for HellRaisers. This isn't setting up great to be a first half.
It's very true. You know, the round loss bonus is going to go back to 1,400. So what's that? You know, $16,000 for Woxic, $1,500 for Dead Fox, 2.4K for Issa. This is a crucial save now from Bondic. We may only see 1 rifle from HellRaisers into the next round, and it is going to go 9-2 in favor of mousesports. So HellRaisers forced onto a weak 4 spy. If they lose that, you know, 1 rifle, CZs, UMPs, this could be a 10-2. Then an eco comes out, 11-2 potentially. mousesports showing some clinical play here on their T side of Mirage, but to be expected. Rated the number 2 team in the world now onto HLTV, and with the roster shuffles that are coming momentarily as well, this team could be set for glory, you know, top 3 potentially.
It's very true, Snods. Let's see. Well, Face comes around, they lose that rifle on Bondic, right? So, dream scenario is you at least get 2 players survive. Then you've got potential to actually drop those weapons over, get some kind of a buyout around it, or at least just play off those rifles. If you have 1 rifle, you can still try and do something with it, right? You've got the risky call of play around the rifle, or just go for a stack and leave the rifle on a different site. Now you have no rifles. You're forced into this that it's just going to be a bit of an awkward force-up, Snods. It's a bit of a quasi-buy as they invest money into it. You've got 3 smokes, 1 flashbang, and a whole army of CZs.
Army of CZs. Probably the best way to put it here. 5 CZs going to be coming out here. 3 smokes as well. Double play towards underpass. But if it is flashed here from Sunny, his plan may go out the window. The flashbang comes through. They are playing counter flash, but an easy spray down there from Sunny. They do go 1 for 2, so 4 versus 3 in favor of mousesports once again. And this is the 4 spy, remember, from HellRaisers, so if they lose this one, they are put back onto an eco. Now then, minute 10 left on the clock. mousesports know they have the advantage here. They have shown some players and some prowess towards the B site, but they can group up together. They have Robs holding towards ramp, going to be taking the 1 versus 1 eventually towards Bondic as well. But actually, Bondic going to be getting second thoughts there. Falls back. The Molotov comes out towards balcony. As mousesports jump out towards the B side.
Dead Fox has to be absolutely deadly with the CZ. Gets the first frag as he flicks round and strikes against Ico. Still so much more to do, but Dead Fox is actually making the dream a reality, especially when Chris J gets obliterated there by Issa. It's all on Robs, the young man himself. He's going to have to go absolutely huge into this one, Snodge. You've got 35 seconds. You can recover the bomb. Sure, the players are low. There is only 2 members on site as well. You can try and take it as 2 1v1s. Maybe you can make it work, but it has to be pretty quick as they detect him. Go straight out, finds the first kill and the second. Rob starting to get some momentum behind him now. Has to try and plant the bomb, though. As the clock ticks down, Bondic roams over. He can be a bit of a bombshell, Snods, when he goes off, but instead, Robs finds him. Another round for mousesports. I mean, essentially off the back of this as well, we should get the next one for free. That's an 11-2 scoreline already. mousesports just blind him out the water.
Yeah, you saw I played that 1 versus 3 as well. Such confidence in that 1 versus 1. Isolates both the 2 players. They try to go for the refrag there on the second player towards default. Their HP was just far too low. 1 shot from the AK took both of them down. And then Bondic in the 1 versus 1. What do you do versus Robs when he's landing shots like that? You saw the confidence as well going for each and every Angel. As they are now 10-2 up, and it will be the Falika coming through now for HellRaisers, so most likely 11-2 scoreline. Looking at the money as well, Woxic won't be able to afford an AWP into the next buy round, and that's one of the pivotal factors here for HellRaisers. Remember, the first round they won, the 1 versus 1 he won with the AWP, plus the round they won as well after that one with the, 2 frags. Woxic's AWP did connect. So, like on the AWP as well, this could be an extremely fast first map here on Mirage. Sunny spots out Issa through the vent. And there you have it. 5 versus 1.
Yeah, just Bondic left. I mean, once again, and the fact is, it's just a USP. You knew this was going to be the round for mousesports, right? Obviously, they should get the 11th one. You've got a 4-buy versus what essentially is just whatever mousesports could scrape together out of the pistols they start with. That's it. For Bondic, roaming around, if you could find an exit frag potentially, scavenge an AK, I mean, that is the dream, but in reality, if he stays alive, it's maybe a bit of an awkward task for him. Does find the eventual demise there towards mid as the peak comes out from Sunny, so that's the 11th round picked up. Now we're back into anyone's game, right? It can be HellRaisers starting to get momentum once again, but it needs to be sharpish as an 11-2 half. mousesports have done more than win the half at this point, Snods.
Oh yeah, I mean at best, HellRaisers can get to what? 11-4 half. If they lose the second half pistol, this could be a 14-4 in favor of mousesports, especially on that T side here for HellRaisers, so this game could be a swift one. Next map obviously being Cobblestone. And onto Cobble. The amount of momentum mousesports have gathered. You can see they're coming into this one knowing that they're the favourites.
It's true. Those hand athletes on mousesports, they know what they're about when it comes down to it. So, let's see where this one is going to go now. Moving into round number 14. Very close to the end of this first half, and it has been a mousesports triumph. They've just been picking up round after round. Early into it, though, you've got the mid-smokes coming through straight away. Chris J as well. Going to go over, I believe, for the jungle smoke there to try to sell the idea of a play towards the A sites, Nuts.
Potentially. Mid-control now coming out from mousesports. Angel eventually will be connecting the first shot there and the second as well onto Stico. 5 versus 3. Early aggression from mousesports going to be countered here. But Rob's trying to see if he can equalize the numbers here. Goes for the 1 versus 1s here towards the A site.
Needs to take a bite out of the Issa sandwich. He's just lying there, ready for the peak. Woxic as well, over to support. Heavy stacks. They're hustling and bustling on this A site as HellRaisers. They want to wreak some havoc against mousesports if they do push into this. Ropsy has to be the key set piece. If he doesn't clear the angle by sandwich, he'll be taken down. Yeah, spotted out by Bondic. Issa didn't even need to go for the face. That was just a nice flick from Bondic, really, that made him meet his maker. Chris J and Oscar, the last 2 remaining Ts. Once again, he's still not aware of the sandwich locations. Another frag from Bondic. He's on the ball with the rifle, Snods. Now Oscar's the only one left standing. He's got the AWP out, but it's a bad miss. I mean, we haven't actually seen too much really coming through from Oscar's AWP other than the early picks towards mid, but it's been quite slow for him. Not really working out as effectively. It's all been Sunny that's kind of been the momentum setter on the side of mousesports, but it's not doom and gloom, really. You lose 1 round. At most, this now brings HellRaisers up to 3, and this is direly needed for them. They want to try and get to that 4 mark. You have to win the pistol as well. Yeah,
I mean, if they win the pistol, on their T side, they can try and snowball it, as we have seen from mousesports so far. Maybe, 11-7 if they win the pistol. And this final round here. But it's going to be the group play coming from mousesports. They have Robs to potentially try and steal a bit of a fake as well towards the A site, but already Dead Fox will be caught in transition. Molotov deployed. They're already out here swarming this B-bomb side, Jack.
Yeah, negates the Molotov there. They won't be taken down from it. Chris J coming through. Another team kill for mousesports, though. Absolutely bloodthirsty, Snods, as Stico will kill Sunny. And this makes the round a tad bit more awkward, as it's a 3 versus 3. Actually, Chris J with a smoke. Rops as well coming into effect with a backstab. That is huge. That slows it down. It now makes them actually have that seed of doubt. They're going to try and be focusing on both angles, expecting a rear flank to come through, and in reality, Rops is going to go link up with his teammates. The bomb still isn't down. They've got tons of time to play this round as well. And on the retake, it's only Woxic that has utility. Double flash, smoke a molly. It's not going to work out well. They need to go for the play soon as well, and they're still focusing, believing that possibly this could be an A play, because they haven't actually seen the bomb. He's going to be rotating back off. Woxic over at the A site, playing 1 to a site. If they find that kill on Issa, the round's as good as done.
100%. Especially now as well, Woxic had to clear towards the A site, where the mousesports could have gone back through B apartments in towards the A site. But it's Woxic going to be joining together here towards Kitchen. Diffuse kit for utility as well for Woxic. There's going to be ESL in the charge.
Oh, yeah, Robs. It's a filthy angle once you get up close like that. You can't really force it out very effectively. Woxic, though, can be a retake machine. If he landed the no-scope, there may have been potential, but it isn't going to be going that way today. As we actually get through the first half, and it is just a triumphant affair coming out from mousesports. A 12-3 half, Snods. That's huge. If they win the pistol, I think it might be good night.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, they win the pistol on the CT side, and maybe they don't give the bomb plant to HellRaisers. You know, you win the pistol 13-3. HellRaisers go for the force buy. You win versus a weak force buy like CZ Kev. I say weak. Versus the force buy CZ Kevlar. 14-3. Then an eco from HellRaisers. 15-3. You know, you're looking at 12 match points there. mousesports, with the amount of firepower they have at the moment, unlikely that one of those players can't just win a round for the whole team. Sunny, I believe, on 20 frags as well within the first half here on Mirage, so star performance from him. Obviously, what, 2 years ago, grouped at an I-Series. And here he is now, number 2 in the world.
Well, it's funny how times change. Obviously, looking very effective in the server today. Top fragging for the side of mousesports, just what a bit of a mad one when it came down to it, being able to get some nice frags off, especially in those eco rounds as well, being able to get that additional cash for his side, and making the lives of mousesports a whole lot easier, really, as we do now go through. We're going to get ready for that second half to come into effect, and I don't think we can really state how important this pistol round is enough. It's going to be such an important one for either team here. It's either your lifeline or you win in the game, yeah.
Well, we are still waiting for the match to go live here, obviously. Or the players to get ready. Maybe they need to go for a quick loo break. You never know.
It's very true, Snods. Well, legally, if the players aren't on the server in 15 minutes, we're allowed to leave.
Obviously, HellRaisers may be discussing their T-side pistol as well. Well, Azul has faded to black or grey. Should be the pistol going live. As you said before, HellRaisers fighting to stay in this one. Next map being Cobblestone, so if they lose this, they still have a second chance. Ah. HellRaisers looking fairly healthy within Pro League at the moment. You know, are they destined to go towards the bottom 4 position? All to play for here. mousesports 12, HellRaisers on 3.
Well, see how it is going to go down. HellRaisers setting themselves up for an El Clasico. They play towards the A site. In terms of utility, it's one smoke, one flash, and it's all on Dead Fox to be the man to make the magic. As they push out, Sunny will strike, eliminate Woxic as he rips his head clean off with the opening kill. Stico as well, keeping it up. 2 frags, and that is a fast round. You blinked, you would have missed it as it goes incredibly quick. mousesports get the opening pistol. This could be it.
13-3. No bomb plant as well coming out from HellRaisers. And they will be going for the force buy. CZs, well, 2 Deagles, 3 CZs as well, going to be going for the Kevlar across the board. Maybe seeing HellRaisers fully invest and fully force round and round again as they are in such a big deficit here. 16 rounds being played out, and HellRaisers fall short in a 10-round deficit already.
Yeah, not a spot to be in. Oh, the early trade there as well. Awkward stuff from Sunny, but eventually finds that kill. Needs to try and get out. Does, just so in the nick of time. Chris J, you won't really have too much range to play with that MP7, but he's still trying to slay him as he's hungry for these kills. It's only Woxic and Bondic that remain, and they're not in the best position. Trapped towards top mid with a Deagle and a CZ. Maybe if they can try and get an opener off Woxic with the Deagle, they could roam from there, and there it is, actually. Blows the head of Chris J to bits. Still more to be done. Sunny peeks out, and Sunny gets sent to the underworld as he goes down. Rops will be able to find the trade, but it's a 2 versus 1. Bondic, bomb down at mid. You know this. You don't have to go for the overface. You can just hold back.
There you have it. Gets spotted out. Bondic, though, finding the first in the 1 versus 2. Sticker with a grenade in his hand. Going to telegraph exactly where he is. And now Bondic had the chance there. Sticko will connect the headshot, the double headshot as well, the MP9, and make it 14-13. And now mousesports 2 rounds away from closing this one out in quick fashion. As the next map being Cobblestone and HellRaisers. I mean, what do you say so far? I mean, this isn't really looking too good here. You know, you have nothing really to praise. You know, Wox has shown some good individual skill landing. You know, the 1Ds, the nice orb flicks, for example. But as a whole, you know, holistically on this team, nothing really working out, especially on their CT side as well.
Yeah, I mean, for HellRaisers, you're not really too sure what you could actually opt to get them to change. Right now, mousesports are just walking to the site, walking down towards mid on their T side. They were just being able to obliterate them and just overpower them. Even in those clutch scenarios, just coming out with some huge rounds. And Let's see if they can keep it up now as they have to defend against the oncoming onslaught. Issa on the drop down. That's a cheeky little kill with the CZ, but Stiko trying to be a bit of a sicko with the MP9s. He will only find 2 frags before he's put in his grave.
Smokes towards the B site. Allows HellRaisers in up close with the upgraded pistols. Deagle for Woxic. 2 CZs as well for both Angel and Bondic into the 3 versus 3. And now, Oscar towards short. Oh, had the angle, had the drop on Angel there, but still loses out here. 2 versus 3. And both the players from mousesports coming in through kitchen.
Oh, here they go, but they both go down in seconds, as right now HellRaisers are starting to get cooking with fire. 2 quick frags. They can only scavenge 2 FAMASes, but at least it's something to work with as a bit of a prize off the back of that. You also break the economy of mousesports, and now we've got a bit of a game on our hands.
Still though, 10-round advantage for mousesports on the CT side. Over the force spy coming out from mousesports. CZ, Deagles, PT50s, UMP as well for Sunnies. He's been playing lights out so far. 23 frags for him already. Mid play coming out from HellRaisers. 1-3-1. Issa alone towards Palace. Dead Fox alone towards the B apartments. Then you obviously have the wolf pack that is Angel, Bondic, and of course Woxic. Bomb still towards T-Spawn, so HellRaisers hoping that someone from mousesports gets a bit too aggressive. They're trying to find the first frag early towards short or towards connector. Instead, mousesports playing the passive approach, waiting for HellRaisers to make the mistake.
Oh, Chris J finds the first kill. You eliminate the IGO and Captain, the brains behind the operation HellRaisers, as Angel goes down. Stiko, he's so sick here, but he will be eliminated. But there's still much more to be done as Oscar. He has the AWP. He's going to find 2 frags with it. He's allowed to peek. They're giving him 1 versus 1 opportunities. And talking about one player, it's all on Woxic now. How the tables have turned, Snods, as mousesports have flipped it in the air. Chris J walks into the crosshairs of Woxic, gives him a free kill. But can this absolutely wild man in Woxic clutch out the round? He plays it smart, heads over towards the B site. Oscar's only got 4 HP. You got flashbang and a Molotov. Suspects his location. That's a sick headshot as well. Domes him, leaving bodied on the ground. Gonna get the bomb plant. And all of a sudden it's a 1v1, but the Deagle erupts. Too much damage coming through, as he can be a bit of a lunatic with a hand cannon. Defuse, 15-4.
15-4. HellRaisers up against it now. 11 match points to work with. This is what mousesports have right now. 11 chances, the closest one out before regulation or before overtime. So, round number 20, 15-4. 11 chances now. HellRaisers have to... Yeah, I don't know. I'm making up excuses here for HellRaisers. I don't think they're coming back from this one.
Interesting enough, Sods, we haven't seen HellRaisers link rounds together. They've only won 1 round, instantly been reset. I don't think we've seen them link 2 rounds together at all throughout this entire game so far.
I don't think so as well. You know, it's 11-2. They won the last round. They won the, force spy versus the pistol as well. And even then, 15-4 down. Play now in towards the B site. Stiko lights it up already. Actually, no, Chris Che with the scout finds the first and the second tag as well.
Yeah, MP9 comes through there. Dead Fox with a Mach 10 is able to do some damage with his Ghetto Blaster, but not enough, as they will be picked to pieces. The AWP's looking pretty good. Oscar dives out, wanted to end that one in style, but instead, it's going to be Sunny that comes through with another frag. And well, there you have it, Snods. Very interesting stuff across the board.
Yeah, 15-4 already. mousesports taking that first map in very, very one-sided fashion. Next map being Cobblestone.
Yeah, the 16-4 scoreline. I mean, not a single round being linked together statistically, I'm pretty sure, there for HellRaisers. They would win one, you then get the reset on the flip side that came back through from mousesports. At that point, your economy's weak, you get reset again, and then we just left in so many scenarios where basically they gave away 2 rounds for the price of 1 time and time again.
Yeah, I mean, on the CT side as well, you have to be chaining the rounds together. You cannot afford to have your money reset time and time again. You saw, how many ecos did we see? Sunny basically... frag hunting, eco hunting throughout the whole of his T-half.
Yeah, and this is the fact that mousesports, even though they'd won so many rounds, they had such a big buffer. They were still going for these plays where they'd keep those SMGs, they'd wield them into the next round, they played with confidence. mousesports actually looking very, very confident in themselves individually and as a team.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it as well in the 1 versus 3 from Wops. I mean, the amount of confidence they have oozing from them, not only from the HLTV rankings being shifted, then now being second in the world, but also recent form, right? Winning V4 Gaming Festival, winning also Starladder versus Na'Vi on home soil 2-1. And during V4 Gaming Festival, actually having the same map pool versus HellRaisers, and they won 2-0. And at that point, it was a 16-14 Mirage win and a 16-13 win as well on Cobblestone. But with how one-sided Mirage was, yeah, I don't know if this is going to be the best wins here for HellRaisers.
That is true. And Cobblestone's definitely a map that mousesports are no strangers to, Snods. We've seen how effective they can be, and that's more of the map as well where you expect to see a player like Oster start to really be let off the leash a little bit and cause some explosive, cheeky little plays.
Yeah, I mean, you'd hope so, obviously. For mousesports, they have the individual firepower, obviously Robs, Sunny, you have Oscar as well with the AWP. You can have those maps or tournaments sometimes as well, as we saw at V4 Gaming Festival, where he can literally solo carry the whole tournament itself. But 16-3, nothing, or 16-4 rather, sorry, as we did see an eco win for Spy, and here it is from Bodnik CZ. Obviously, we had the crazy flick shot from Angel into that one. I mean, not really too much to say here. Very one-sided affair for mousesports, winning all the duels, winning all the rounds, and also resetting HellRaisers and money time and time again.
Yeah, I mean, just phenomenal stuff there across the board, really coming out from mousesports. Firing from all cylinders, looks like communication was on the ball. And talking about on the ball, the players were just wrecking face. So it worked out well for them. They were able to just dominate, and that's the playstyle difference as well. Aggression and tempo versus slow strategic CS.
That's true. Obviously, the looser style. We saw actually, you know, one of the only rounds they won from HellRaisers on the CT side was actually after the tactical pause. They changed their game style. Angel playing far more passive towards mid. They weren't pushing towards mid. They didn't AWP towards connector instead. They played it passive. They allowed mousesports to walk into them. As they know, mousesports love to play that fast, high-octane style of CS.
Yeah, it's true. That's become the staple, their playstyle we expect to see really coming out. And once they did adapt a little bit, they could counter it. But even then, it was way too late into the action. Obviously, you didn't have a buffer of rounds, and there was no chance for them to link those rounds together. Maybe if they got their economy going a little bit and weren't constantly reset, then yeah, you could have had a chance. But it just didn't happen at all. There was no linked rounds.
Yeah, I think the moment of frustration was really seen when you saw Woxer going for the force buys as well. When they were down, I think it was 9-1 or 10-2, something along those lines, where even the AWP was fully investing as well, because mousesports at that point, sorry, HellRaisers at that point needed a miracle to win.
Yeah, that is very true. But that is the first map done and dusted. Mirage is now an oasis in the past. And secondly, we're going to be walking down a little cobblestone path to Cobble and see how it is going to go on our second map. This is going to be a swift double win there for mousesports. They're going to pick up both of these maps in this best of two, or will this be HellRaisers at least getting something, a bit of bang for their buck on the second one? We'll have to wait and see, Snods, as we'll dive into our second map of the day after this break.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, Bedway, Pay Safeguard, Logitech G, Mountain Dew League, MSI.